the mostly kind of firstly going to lose chakra is navel chakras in teachings. Navel chakra. Navel chakra is also when we concepted the time, first time. This navel chakra is the first chakra. Chakra it formed. And it's formed, navel chakra forming, and then I'm not going to talk, but navel chakra is started forming at the first place when we concepted in the mother's womb. When it's going to break down, the first one is the navel chakra. And navel chakra, when it's break down in the teaching set, then the earth element is begin to dissolve. The earth element is dissolving to the water elements. So earth element is dissolved. And when that happened in the teaching say the external signs, you feel heavy. And probably we will say, ask it, please raise me up, lift me up, that. And also I feel that time, the wind energy is known as the pervasive wind is losing its control or its balance, all pervasive wind. And therefore your limbs start getting, or individual limbs start getting cold. Cold. And those are called the external signs. Inner sign, then the mind become kind of also dull too. Dull. And secret sign in the teaching said there is a lot of like what's called kind of mirage visions coming. Mirage looking visions are rising up. One after another. Mirage. And so when that happened, then is affected immediately. The next stage, not immediate, it depends individual how long it takes. Gradually could be take a little longer, but anyway, then next step is then heart chakra is breaks. In here, this is the Tsewang Rinpoche's teaching. Tsewang Rinpoche's teaching, Tsewang Rinpoche's Dharma, and his Shato practices. This is a kind of very the extra that I didn't see in other teachings so many times, not often. But here, in this teaching, of course, this is teaching on Guru and Samye again. But here said when the earth element is beginning to dissolve, that what it does, it also break down the functioning of the pancreas. It breaks down pancreas, and then the sign is same, different. So it's pancreas. In an organ level, it affected pancreas. When this happened, that and then heart chakra now is affected, or soon after then heart chakras. When heart chakra is function is dissolving, the inward signs, minds become also now kind of restless, become more shaky, and external signs of that individually become little short tempers. Short tempers. And there's of course many signs mentioned, but those are the highlight signs. And then secret signs. Now there is like smoking coming, like smoking visions are coming. Smoking visions. Now this sign, what element is also not functioning is then water element is dissolving, known as fire to the fire elements. Water element. And when that happened, in that individual is the external also signs, mouth and everything is become kind of a little dry, very dry. And this time, in the Tsewang was teaching, said that time, then the kidney functions are breaking down. So the inner organ, the kidney, is affected. Now, when that happened, then gradually, next stage is the speech chakras. Speech chakra is now dissolving or the dysfunction. Functioning and element level, that time, the fire element is dissolving to the wind elements. And in science, external science, and that is then that individuals having more short breathing, or breathings become very irregular. And at the same time, mind again, this what's called, the emotions are little hard, strong. And the secret sign that individual is experiencing almost like mostly fireflies. Fireflies, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, fireflies. In that time, what? So, did I say this, that Tsewang was teaching? No? No, not this one, right?
Not the organ of the body.
Not, okay. And it may come a long time to say. Or fire is dissolving to the wind element. And that time, then the liver functioning is stopped. Is stopped. When that happened, now the speech chakra is unfunctioning or gone. And when that happened, then what it does, then the next chakra, fifth chakra is secret chakra. The secret chakra is then dysfunctioning. When the secret chakra is dysfunctioning, then that moment, what is happening? The wind element is now dissolving to the consciousness. When this happened, then the breathings become long, external sound. Very long and very kind of hard. And inwardly, this individually is experiencing, saying, or the secret signs. Secret sign is then as like flames, kind of like flame of oil, flame looking signs appearing in the secret levels. And that moment, then the organ is dysfunctioning is then the lungs. Lungs are stopping. Lungs are stopped. And that moment, generally, according to then it's called out of breathing is actually really stopped.